peace, mercy and blessings of Allah be upon you, and prayers and peace be upon our Master Muhammad and all his family and companions. Today I want to focus my topic on the DTF, specifically for people who have DTF printers in general. Of course, many people face problems with DTF printers, especially ink drying, particularly the white color. We receive a lot of DTF maintenance issues. All right. Among them, to be honest with you, we can't open it. Why? Because, my friends, it dissolves in a certain way in the head. And any material you want to use to clean it, even the ones that come from China, specifically for cleaning DTF in white color, also, my friends, it doesn't dissolve. Let's talk about why the ink doesn't dissolve. Because when the ink enters the head and dries, it becomes like a rubbery material, and this is to adapt to the material and be applied through heat pressing. All right, my friends, as you know, it melts onto the powder and then gets printed onto the raw material, whether it's fabric, a t-shirt, or something else. So people often face a lot of clogs in the 3200 and 4720 heads. All right, my friends. And generally speaking, when it comes to cleaning, or let's say people who have DTF printers, face difficulty in cleaning the heads. Why? Because, my friends, to give you an idea, when the printer prints the white ink is released, the board of the heads, in general, any head on the machine reaches a certain temperature. When the ink is released, along with the nozzle below. Over time, the color starts to calcify and directly causes clogs. All right, my friends. Why? Because it is a rubbery material, of course. Even the liquid that comes with you from China cannot dissolve it. This rubber material is difficult to dissolve in any way unless you use certain acids like thinner or others. Materials like these will directly damage the head, so we won't be able to solve the problem. It will ruin the head for nothing. All right, my friends, just to give you an overview about the blockage issue, how the blockage occurs in the head issue. All right, my friends, of course, my friends, you know the head is divided into two parts, all right, which are the lower part and the upper part where the damper inlet is located. All right, my friends, this is the main first piece where the closure happens. How this main piece, notice with me from the one below, the one where the blockage occurs, not the one below. The one where the main direct blockage occurs is the piece above, this piece. This is the one where the blockage occurs. How? Is it possible that some of you haven't opened the top cover and seen what's inside? Of course, brothers, to let you know, we're talking about heads like the eco-solvent ones, such as the XP600 or others. Or these same heads, if used in the eco solution, are difficult to clog, meaning it's not easy at all. That's why the head lasts longer with you in the eco solution. The eco solution inks make this head last longer with you. But with DTF inks, this head doesn't last with you for long. Why? Because, how can I put it? Lack of maintenance for the head happens with you. Of course, I tell many people, I tell them to try to clean the head every week. Every week. Every week. Thursday. Or the end of the week. Or every 7 days. Every 7 days. Do a cleaning for the head, disassemble it and clean it. Now you might say to me that it's difficult to disassemble the head and clean it. Brothers, now I'll tell you why you need to clean it every week, as we say. Yes, yes. Which are the DTF heads in general? Which are the i3200? Or we say the 4720. Of course, the new limits, brothers, which are the S3200 and the T3200. This is the topic I want to explain to you now. It's not available. Solve it this way. It has become an easier topic. But of course, this doesn't apply. Brothers, those who have eco-solution printers, their situation is excellent. But for those who have a DTF printer and use these heads, it will clog quickly. Okay? I'm going to show you something. I don't know. As a maintenance technician, I say this is wrong. This is wrong. It is installed in printers. We're talking about the range of the i3200 or the 4720. I disassembled this part to show you. Look, notice this. I disassembled this part. Look at what's here, brothers. Notice with me. If you observe the internal channels for each color, I mean, you get two with it. Each channel comes with two. All right, brothers. Of course, I didn't open it. Just to explain the topic to you. If you notice, in every nozzle, here is each nozzle for a color or a color input. They have placed this mistake, which is, if you notice, this is a filter. This is a filter. This, brothers, is what causes the first problem in closing the DTF head properly. Because most people have the i3200 or the 4720. All right? The first thing that closes with you is the upper base. And the reason for the quick closure, brothers, this is what they have placed, this filter. I don't know. I mean, this idea they have implemented. Personally, for me, it doesn't make sense. This filter is unnecessary because there's already a damper filter. So this one is not needed. I'm just saying. As a maintenance technician, I say it's not needed. But for the eco-solution printers, this doesn't affect them. Why? Because closing it is simple. And if you notice, it has colors on it. If I open one for you in white, you'll find a complete white block here and here. You see, this is a filter. You see how it is sealed with this internal rubber. When you press from above, you feel that ink doesn't come out from below. This is your first seal, my friends. This is the closed one. All right, this is the closed one, not the bottom base. The bottom base doesn't close quickly. Why? Because the descent presses to make the ink come out. It gives an order for it to come out forcefully. All right? When it comes out forcefully, to give you a clear test. When there's a weakness in the supply, you start getting color with interruptions. All right. And the bottom base starts drying out gradually. Nice. This starts drying out gradually. The descent becomes very weak. And you think that the descent has closed from here, from the descent opening. And this is not true. This is the opening. You all know. You think there's a weakness here in the descent. No, there's no weakness here. The weakness in the descent is at the damper base. All right, folks, I just wanted to take it apart and show it to you. See how this piece is? Look at this piece, which causes a significant weakness in color feeding. You see, it's compressed in this way. And it goes directly through this channel. And it comes out of the openings. This opening, this opening. You see, if you notice this circle, this circle, this circle, each circle has a filter. Each circle. Here it is. And this filter is not disassembled inside each circle. There is a filter, all right? So it causes the head to close quickly. Take this into account as a base. Sorry, take it into consideration. This upper base is the one that closes first, not the lower base. All right, we agreed on this. Why? Because, as I told you, this filter causes a delay or weakness in, let's say, the flow of the color. All right, brothers? This is a very light metal piece. This means it's a filter, but very fine. Very fine. This filter is fine. So the first thing you do is open and clean this base. You'll find it compressed and closed. And not this base of the flow. This is the base that pumps from the damper. You'll find it closed, open it and clean it. This does not clean the base of the head. This is the head base. It opens on its own. Slowly it will start to open with you. But this is the reason why the lower base dries out. And the reason is that the DTF ink dries quickly. Brothers, it dries quickly. And this base, brothers, just so you know, it reaches a certain temperature during printing. If you continue printing, according to the long shape, it doesn't get damaged, but the inks that come down dry up immediately. If you notice, the openings, which we call the head drop, the squam, are large. The drop openings are very large and don't close easily. What closes with us is fine. So they create a weakness in the base of the head. The head starts to dry up immediately and becomes damaged. The two pieces are the one that drops and the one that contains the board, and the piece that contains the damper. All right? The first thing you do is clean this base. Of course, brothers, this is a piece of advice from me to those who have printers. Brothers, believe me, you need to clean this white head every week especially. Of course, you should do it for both sides. Do it for both sides, not just for the white head or the colored head. And of course, there are printers where you can't reverse the boundaries. You know, the white must remain white and the colored must remain colored. And there are printers that accept reversing the boundaries without any problem. Oh, all right. Yes, modern printers, I think, can switch the head without any problem. But the slightly older printers, when they first came out, required the white color to be white and the colored to be colored. All right, folks, this is the reason for the blockages that occur in the DTF boundaries. As I told you, the ink solidifies and becomes like rubber, or let's say elastic. So it's difficult to remove it with any substance. We can't remove it with thinner, but the thinner will damage the head base. It will directly damage the head base, and the underlying copper will separate. We won't benefit. We will significantly damage the head. Of course, as we mentioned, we use a vibrating washer, and we add certain light substances that allow us to gently open the head so that we don't damage the head base, and we don't damage, let's say, the ink entry points. Most of the heads that come in are damaged, or let's say their nozzles are dry and we can't open them. It's very difficult, and no matter what you put on them, we can't open them. As I told you, if we use special or strong substances, they dissolve. We say the ink will damage the head completely, and we can't leave it in the substance for more than a quarter or a third of an hour because it might damage the head immediately. So T, that's why I'm telling you, be careful, especially with cleaning, my brothers, specifically cleaning the DTF. You need to clean the head regularly and weekly. Yes, I know some people will struggle with the cleaning process. They will struggle with the cleaning process. They will say, every time, every week, I have to disassemble and clean it. My brothers, disassemble and clean it. What's the problem? Don't lose the value of the head. We're talking about $850, $1 to $1,600. Why are we losing this? Okay, this varies if you are using this gift. Brothers, in the Eco Solution prints, it won't close on you. Take it as a rule. Not only will it not close on you, the Eco Solution dissolves because the material is strong enough to dissolve the ink and the ink itself. As soon as it smells the Eco Solution, it dissolves immediately. It doesn't take a long time unless the ink is dry in the entire channel, which is completely dry. This means there will be difficulty for the Eco Solution. But brothers, this directly with a thickness of 2 millimeters, or we say it directly closes the head. So you need to be careful and clean it every week. And as I told you, it's the material with ammonia that we can't find. Let's say, yes, the cleaning code material for the DTF can be used. I explained in a previous video about, yes, let's talk about the blue color. The blue material, which is the one with ammonia. This part also dissolves the ink that is close to becoming dry, not completely dry. It doesn't dissolve the dry material, it dissolves the semi-dry one. Why? Because it mixes quickly and dissolves. All right, folks, I just wanted to show you this video because many people have issues with this, and it's really unfortunate. This causes significant losses for people. And as I told you, follow the video thoroughly, and you will understand that this is the reason for the head blockage. Yes, and as I mentioned, you need to clean the head in general every week, even if you disassemble it. But you need to be careful so that the cable doesn't slip while you're installing the head. Otherwise, you might end up with a complete head malfunction and won't benefit from anything. And if you apply pressure, in general, I mean, if you use the cleaning code material, which is ammonia, and apply too much pressure, your internal cushions will get damaged and explode, similar to what happens with the DX5 in general. But of course, this lower base doesn't explode as quickly as the DX5. Why? Because its pores are larger and its stabilization is greater, making it difficult to come loose. But what happens is that the internal cushions explode from the inside and will be damaged, and you won't benefit from anything. I hope, brothers, that you have benefited from this topic, and may God bless you. Brothers, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and like the video. And brothers, as we have told you, and as we always remind you in our talks, brothers, don't forget to support the channel. May God reward you well, and hopefully the benefit will spread to everyone, God willing. And we'll see you in another episode. Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you, indeed, truly.